Hey there guys, Corey here, and we are going to be doing an Eastside Hockey Manager franchise mode on the Florida Panthers. Now the Panthers are always in a state of chaos, but we have some good players still on the team, and we are going to take a look at that. So first things first, we have Sergei Bobrovsky as our goalie. Yeah, he does have a face because the face pack for some reason that I'm using does not have Sergei Bobrovsky. Alright, and that contract is $10 million per year until 2026, and Bob is 31 years old. So we're going to take a look here. He does not have a no movement clause, which is fantastic, so we are going to try to move out that money and find a better goalie. We're going to send these two players down as we do not need them. Our backup is Samuel Montembeault, who's a young goalie who is 23 years old, has around backup potential, so we are gonna most likely keep Montembeault as the backup going forward. And then on defense, we have a bunch of defensemen up right now, so we're gonna take a look at this. We have Marcus Nudavara. He's a good little defenseman. He is signed until 2022, so he could be a piece moving forward. Then we have Keith Yandel, who's 33 years old, signed until 2023. We're probably gonna, well, he has a no trade clause, so we're likely not going to be able to move his contract, which is not good. And then we have Aaron Ekblad, who's still only 24 years old, signed until 2025. Ekblad is likely going to be our anchor on the back end going forward, so we are likely not moving Aaron Ekblad. And then Radko Gudas, who we have until 2023. He is 30 years old, only making $2.5 million. I don't know what we're going to do with Radko. We might keep him, we might not. Then we have Noah Juleson, who is a right-hand defenseman, only 23 years old, only making $700,000. We're likely going to keep Noah Juleson around for at least this year. And then we have Anton Strawman, who's making $5.5 million until 2022. He's 34 years old. Strawman's best days are behind him, so we are likely going to be looking to trade out that money. And then we have Mackenzie Weegar, who is signed until 2023. He's only 26 years old. He's making $3.250 million. He does not have a no movement clause in his contract, and he's a decently rated defenseman. So I don't know how I'm going to build this defense just yet. As we go over to our forwards, let's send a few of these guys down that we don't need. So we're just going to clear out some of that. Alright, so we have Jonathan Huberdeau, who's signed until 2023. He's on a really good contract for a player of his standards. He's 27 years old. Doesn't have any clauses in his contract. I would like to keep Hubie around, but I just don't know how long we're going to be in the gutter. And he's already 27. It's on a really good deal, but we only have until 2023, and I just don't know how long we're going to be in the mediocre to bad area, because we got to restructure this entire team. Alright, and moving down the lineup, we have Frankie Vatrano, who is making $2.533 until 2022. Decent little player, good on the third line most likely. Don't really know where I'm going to want Frankie Vatrano on the lineup, but we might keep him around. And then we have Carter Verhaeghe, who's only making $1 million until 2022. Again, around Frankie Vatrano territory. Don't really know where I'm going to want him. He can play center, but I don't know if I want Verhaeghe on the third line or the fourth line. Then we have Scott Wilson, who's not much, just a depth player. Then we have Noel Achari, he's only making 1.667 until 2022. Decent little player, likely going to be on your fourth line, maybe your penalty kill if an injury happens. And then our big boy is Alexander Barkov. So Sasha Barkov, we have until 2022, 5.9 million, amazing contract. He's only 24, so we can keep Barkov the entire length of our retooling / rebuild. The other thing is we're gonna need to be prepared to dish out some money when that contract is up. Moving down the lineup, we have Alexander Wimberg, who is on a prove-it deal for this season. Wimberg could be a good second, third line center for you. So we might be keeping Wimberg around. I'm not sure. And then Brett Connolly, who we have until 2023. He's making 3.250. Decent player. Might be looking to move him out though. Then we have Anthony Duclair, who's on a prove-it deal just like Wimberg. Duclair, if we could get his trade value up just a little bit, we might be looking to trade him out. Then we have Alexei Hepyonemi, who is one of our prospects. Possibly a good third liner. He can play. Actually, no, he can't. His faceoffs aren't very good, but decent little winger. Then we have Vinny Hinostroza, who we're probably just going to trade out. And then going down further, we have Patrick Hornquist, who does not have any clauses in the contract, so we are likely going to try to move out that contract before it becomes a problem. And then one of our top prospects, Owen Tippett, likely going to cap out as a second line player, possibly move him around the lineup if we need some scoring depth. So yeah, and then our prospect that we are going to try to develop is Spencer Knight, who is currently in college. This is our guy going forward. So we have our goalie of the future. Get a scouting report on him. We'll have Luongo scout him, why not? So Spencer Knight, that is our guy going forward, and we need to make sure he develops properly. Apparently we do not have Henrik Borgstrom signed, so gonna need to take care of that. So I'm gonna look for some trades and start getting the lineup set, and I will bring you guys back when I find a trade. So we have made our first trade, and we are sending Vinny Hinostroza to the Detroit Red Wings for Adam Ernie and a 5th round pick in the upcoming draft. The reason behind this trade is to add size and grit in the bottom 6 with Adam Ernie, who can play either 3rd or 4th line for us. We're going to start him out on the 4th line, and we are trying to make a big and gritty 4th line for a playoff run. Well, eventual playoff run. So the thought process is to just try to rebuild the top 9. We need to find a sniper to play with Huberdeau and Barkov. We need to find Ekblad's D partner, and we just need to fill that second pairing. As you can see, we have Nudavara and Jolson as the bottom pair. Montembeault is slotted in as the backup, and you can just see a lot of empty gaps in the lineup right now as we are trying to completely remodel the Florida Panthers. So I'm going to try to find some more trades and get back to you guys. Alright, so we have a stopgap on the right side for our defense. So we are going to trade Radko Gudas to the New Jersey Devils for 2/3 in the upcoming draft. Alright, so our defense is going to look like this. So Yandel and Ekblad on the top pair, Forsling and Weegar, and then Nudavara and Jolson. As you can see, we have a lot of our forward core set. Bobrovsky will be the starter going into the season, but we are going to give Montembeault a chance. So Bobrovsky's on a very short leash this season. Alright, so we have traded Patrick Hornquist to the Ottawa Senators for a 2022 4th. And the Senators have placed a few players on the waiver wire, and none of which that we are going to claim. Alright, so right now we have about 65 million in on the salary cap out of a 81 million cap. So we have a lot of cap space right now. We did get a trade offer for Sergei Bobrovsky, but it was with the LA Kings, and that made absolutely no sense, so I declined it. So we are going to be moving on. We have preseason games against Calgary, Edmonton, and Tampa. Alright, so we have made possibly our last trade for right now, as we have sent Anton Strawman to the LA Kings for a 2021 fourth and a 2024 fourth. So right now we are sitting at 60.50 at the cap. And we have freed up a ton of cap space. Nola Chari was injured in practice and is out for 7 months, so he is on IR. And this is our roster. All we need to do is fill in that fourth line right winger spot. So we may be looking at the waiver wire, or we might call up a prospect or just a filler. But our roster is pretty much set, and we are almost at our first preseason game. Alright, so we have made a minor move. We have added Cedric Paquette, as we claimed him off waivers from Ottawa, and Paquette will be our fourth line center on the former Tampa Bay Lightning line, apparently, alongside Adam Ernie and Connor Verhaeghe. So we are up to opening night, and some bad news. Carter Verhaeghe is out for 2 months with a broken collarbone that he suffered in practice. And we are opening up against the Tampa Bay Lightning at Amalie Arena in Tampa. And here we go. Alright, so Bobrovsky's in net for us. Vasilevsky is obviously in net for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And in the first period, we are tied at 1. Heading into the second here. And the Lightning have finally scored. And we respond with a goal. Alright, so 2-1 Lightning after 2. Tyler Johnson gets a goal for Tampa with assists from Blake Coleman and Andre Palat. Yanni Gourde then scores the second goal for Tampa with an assist from Steven Stamkos and Mikhail Sergachev. And then Alexander Barkov scores for us on assist from Mackenzie Weegar and Aaron Ekblad. All 3 goals in the game have been scored on the power play. Lightning get a third goal here. And they take the win. So Braden Point scores the third goal for Tampa on an assist from Steven Stamkos. So we open up the season with a loss, and that is okay, as we are not looking to make the playoffs this year. We are just looking to be a competitive team. Okay, so we placed Keith Yandel on waivers, as we could not get a trade for him to go through due to his no trade clause. And we have freed up even more cap space, and Kevin Connaughton will be slotted in at Keith Yandel's position on the penalty kills and next to Ekblad. Marcus Navarro will be slotted in at Yandel's positions on the power play and the 4-on-4 lines. So Keith Yandel claimed off waivers by the Ottawa Senators. So the first month has ended, and we sit with a 4-7-2 record and 14th in the East. Your playoff teams at the moment for the Eastern Conference are the Toronto Maple Leafs, Washington Capitals, Boston Bruins, Montreal Canadiens, New York Islanders, Carolina Hurricanes, Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Philadelphia Flyers. Over in the Western Conference, you have the St. Louis Blues, Calgary Flames, Colorado Avalanche, Winnipeg Jets, Anaheim Ducks, Vancouver Canucks, Nashville Predators, and the Arizona Coyotes. The worst team in the league is the Ottawa Senators, who have a 3-7-1 record. Over for the players, your leading points leader is Brad Marchand with 19 points, with 10 goals and 9 assists. Your goals leaders are Brad Marchand and Patrick Kane, both tied with 10.